Hello once again and welcome to Tech Turks. Today I am here with Nnamdi Ekeh, who is the founder of Yudala. Nnamdi, hi. Yudala, why that name?
The name, we actually ran through about 250 names before we finally selected that one. And I think the biggest issue was getting a domain name that's unique, but carries that passes on the message we wanted to pass on. And that message was peace of mind, the ease with shopping, the relaxation after civil support. So we wanted to pass a message of peace in shopping for Nigerians. Because online shopping has become a great headache for Nigerians. You hear a lot of stories, a lot of bad stories. So when we come into the market, I promise you, we'll deliver to you on time. So the Yudala name for us, it means peace of mind and prosperity. And that's what we're trying to pass on to Nigerians.
So actually, I've actually been to a Yudala store.
Great.
I've actually bought a couple of goods there, still using it. So that's the physical shopping.
Yes.
I haven't tried the online. So Yudala is so what's your unique selling point? Your unique selling point is a combination of online and retail and physical?
Yes, our unique selling point is that composite nature in retail. Now what you see is a lot of companies, especially in the West, they either launch an online platform and then later they roll out offline stores, or they have offline stores and then they roll out an online platform. But us, we launched with those two together. And that's where the future of retail is going, so that composite nature.
So tell me, so you're coming to a market that is saturated. So how do people tell the difference? If I want a laptop or I want a printer, really there's Konga, there's Jumia, there's Yudala now. There's the guy there's ShopRite. Why Yudala? What's your unique selling point?
First of all, Yudala would deliver, because of our retail chain and the fact that we have stores around the country, we deliver to you faster. A lot of our items, 60% of our items get delivered within 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the online companies can't boast of that because they're shipping all their products from a central warehouse. So first of all, it's quick delivery. Second of all, is we offer the customers more options. So you can order online, you pick up in one of our stores, go to one of our stores. If the item is not available, you can order and get it delivered to you. So you have such a wide variety of options for the customer. And that's where the peace of mind comes in.
One other thing, with the kind of merchandise that you're offering,
yes,
the obsolesce period is very short. So like I buy an HP printer. In fact, there's a wide variety of HP printers.
Yes.
And of course, each month there's a new one that comes out that has some feature that is relevant. How do you help your customers through this complexity of innovation?
So that's one very key thing, product knowledge. Because what you see in Nigerian markets is a lot of people want these devices, but they might not necessarily understand the devices. So we work very hard to train our retail staff to fully understand the devices themselves and communicate that to the customer. So at the end of the day, you're not selling the customer what has the best margins. You're selling to the customer what fits his needs.
With new products new products being developed and being shipped, how are you keeping abreast with new goods in the market globally? Because if I want to buy a device, I won't want to buy one that's a year old. I want to buy one that's out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So how do you drive and attain that?
I think it's just developing a close relationship with the OEMs.
Okay.
Now, what we're saying is that a lot of this product design and product development happens outside Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they design products for Nigerians without consenting Nigerians. So what we're trying to do now is work very close with these OEMs, with HP, with Dell, and try and produce products specifically for Nigerians. Because at the end of the day, there's no way someone sitting in America is going to know what the Nigerian market wants. So these companies need to start realizing that the Nigerian market is huge. The retail market in Nigeria is huge. So let's work together to produce products and bring it into the market.
So do you work with this question? Do you work? If for example you have a place like Computer Village.
Yes.
Do you work with that community of businessmen to in your own business environment?
Oh yes, definitely. That has a B2B business-to-business division, and we work very closely with a lot of people in Computer Village. Actually, a lot of them actually buy from us.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't ignore that market. So 95% of Nigeria is still offline. Of Nigerian retail is still offline. So you can never ignore that market. So we build very close relationships with people in Computer Village, definitely.
So where do you see, where do you see in 3 years' time, where will Yudala be? How will Yudala be positioned in the Nigerian market? And how will Yudala be positioned in the eye of your typical household consumer?
I would even go beyond the Nigerian market and say the African market, because our goal is to be the largest online and offline retail chain in Africa. So in 3 years, we hope to be #1 in Nigeria, and hope to have spread across other African countries. Now, my biggest pain right now is that the companies who are dominating the technology service industry in Nigeria are not actually Nigerian companies. So they might be run by Nigerians.
So this is nationalistic.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, appeal to the nationalistic nature of a Nigerian.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. So these companies they might be run by Nigerians, but the people who actually own the company are all foreigners.
So yeah, okay. So but then again, we're in a global village, so nobody cares. So whether I'm getting the product from Amazon in UK, or I'm getting it from a foreign company in Nigeria, so what must Nigerians do, Nigerian companies like yours do, to get accepted, your goods accepted by the Nigerian consumer? Because in the end, I think Nigerians are very sophisticated, very entrepreneurial, and so they just want the best product, regardless of
where it's coming from, whether it's a Nigerian that's given it to them or a foreigner. Yeah, I agree with you. So that's why us as Nigerian entrepreneurs, we have to match whatever service the foreigners can provide. Yeah. And us as investors and as venture capitalists, we need to pump money into the tech industry, because the tech industry is the future of Nigeria. Nigeria cannot continue to survive
on future of Africa, in fact.
Future of Africa, yes. We cannot continue to survive on oil wealth. And technology is the only way a 23-year-old like me can own a company.
You're right. How do people make payment? Do they make payment before, after? Do they get credit? So how is that? So I can understand people going to the stores and buying goods and using their point of sale terminal. But in terms of what's the, should I say, user experience from an online perspective?
Okay, I think the user experience is great, but the issue for us as e-commerce companies is the fact that a high percentage of transactions are still being made with cash. So 80% of transactions in e-commerce in Nigeria are actually made payment on delivery, cash on delivery. And that's a big issue for e-commerce companies, because ideally, you want a customer to pay during checkout, and then you deliver to the customer. Not a situation where you get the items ready, you deliver to the customer says they don't want it, you bring it back.
Exactly.
So it's costing you a lot. Yeah. So I think we need to do more, and anyway, it's changing, it's an evolution. But we need to do more to push Nigerians, and I think it's really a trust issue. So if I put my card details, are they safe? Will the items get delivered to me?
Exactly.
So we want to show Nigerians you can trust us.
So a lot of work needs to be done by the banks, by all the stakeholders.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess the interface, the interface in which people provide their details is also very, very key.
Yeah, definitely.
With all these scammers, now internet scammers. Now as Nigerians as a nation gets a more economic challenge, people are also now looking at the technology space to scam customers. So how key are banks in your ecosystem from a supply perspective, even from the consumer end, and what can banks do to help drive businesses such as yours in Nigeria?
I think banks are very key, because like you said, a lot of our products are imported, so you deal with banks a lot. But I think one role banks need to key more into is retail credit. So if I'm in the West, I can get a phone, I can get data on that phone, and I just have to pay monthly. But in Nigeria, that system has not been perfected yet. So we have actually run different schemes with banks, but we're trying to perfect it to a level where it's easy. Where as a Nigerian, I can walk into a store and pick up a phone, I get credit and pay monthly.
Are you sure you're talking to the right banks? That's a system that that's something we'll talk about offline. Okay, so Any questions?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to know what your take is on technology in Nigeria. Do you feel like the elites, those who have the power, those who have the money to invest, are pushing technology in Nigeria?
A very good question. I think that, and that's where the challenge is. So where the resources are to invest. So unlike in, should I say, the developed America or United States, where people who are aware will invest because they see the opportunity. In Nigeria, the reverse is the case. So I think technology is a nice to have, while we know that it's an imperative. I mean, even for small businesses, if you don't start off with a digital or technological platform, you're destined to fail. And what we have found is that the take-up, additional 5 million customers that we've actually brought into Diamond Bank have actually been digitally acquired, so through mobile. And so if we do not, first of all, as all the stakeholders, invest in that space, we're still going to be backwards. So I don't see how education can be developed in Nigeria without a technology platform. I don't see how health, I don't see how infrastructure, so it's an imperative. And so we just want to, I think we need to lobby, we need to have lobby groups to lobby legislation to actually put more money into areas like technology, because it's very, very key to the sustainability of the Nigerian people.
Definitely, definitely agree. But what do you think is the issue? Is it that the returns in technology are not enough, or it's taking companies too long to monetize? But what do you think the issue is? Because there's this resistance. So people don't want to invest in technology in Nigeria.
So this is what I think. If I take Kenya, for example, so let me just take payments. So if I take Kenya and M-Pesa, so it has completely changed the economic environment, landscape in Kenya. There's increased commerce, but that's just mobile money. So if you look in Nigeria, what we've actually invested in payments is actually far superior. So people who, so in Nigeria, we're not even looking at mobile money. Mobile money has actually been a failure. We're actually looking at full mobile financial services. And so that is where, with a 10 digits, so if you take Diamond Yellow, for example, which is an account that anybody can open, with a 10, which is a full banking account, you can transfer money to anybody in any bank in Nigeria. You can receive money from anybody in any bank in Nigeria, and it's instantaneous. That is better than the M-Pesa model. But one is the awareness. Two, it's also the, should I say, adoption. Adoption is very, very low because you also need the backing of the regulators, the backing of government to say, okay, let everyone, if all payments are electronic, then it will actually now increase adoption. So the investments have been made. In fact, we probably made more investment in Nigeria, but they're fragmented camps. So if we can bring that together, then we will now see big adoption. Okay? Thank you for grilling me.
It was a pleasure.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we'll see you offline.
Thank you very much. All right.